Every big homie,
yeah.
Every little homie, every mother, every father, every person searching for purpose. Welcome.
Under the groove.
Under the groove.
Under the groove.
Yeah. West Coast sun shining while the city come alive. Palm trees in the breeze, another day to survive. I seen pain in the streets, I seen dreams in the struggle. Seen people lose hope, then rebuild from the rubble. Every set got a story, every block got a past. Every scar got a lesson if you willing to ask. Little homie on the corner, looking for direction. Searching for respect, searching for acceptance. Big homie put them
closer, listen young man.
Your life worth
more than the weapon in your hand.
Real power ain't fear, real power is control. It's the knowledge in your mind and the strength in your soul.
Put down the guns, pick up the wisdom. Put down the hate, find your vision.
A mind awakening is a force that can't break. Consciousness is the path that we gotta create.
Under the groove, where knowledge becomes wisdom, where struggle becomes strength, where family builds together and we break those chains. What's under your groove?
Is it love?
Is it purpose?
Is it purpose?
Is it unity?
Is it community?
Wake up black people, it's time we elevate the future in our hands. We can't afford to wait. Under the groove.
I remember family dinners, everybody at the table. Elders telling stories, teaching lessons when they able. Grandma's voice carry history through the room, showing us the roots before we ever saw the bloom. Now we living in a town where the connection got lost, where we count what we gain but forget what it costs. Everybody got a phone but nobody wanna call. Everybody got a platform but nobody wanna build walls. Not walls that divide us, walls that protect. A foundation of knowledge, a future with respect. We gotta teach the children who they are and where they came from. Show them they're your kings and queens before the world names them. Community is power when the people unite. A family standing together can turn darkness to light.
Under the groove, when knowledge becomes wisdom, where struggle becomes strength, where family builds together and we break those chains. What's under your groove?
Is it love?
Is it purpose?
Is it purpose?
Is it unity?
Is it community?
Wake up black people, it's time we elevate the future in our hands. We can't afford to wait. Under the groove.
This ain't about where you started, it's about where you headed. The lessons from the past are the words that protect us. Every OG got a story, every big homie got a duty. Don't just tell the youth what's wrong, show them what's possible truly. Teach ownership, teach discipline, teach knowledge yourself. Teach them building the future, it's the ultimate wealth. No more watching our brothers fall victim to the streets. It's time we put the healing back into our communities. From Los Angeles streets to every city across the nation. We need consciousness, unity, and family. Restoration. So when they ask,
what's under your groove?
Tell them consciousness,
knowledge,
wisdom,
unity,
community,
family,
love.
Because when we change our minds,
we change our future.
And that's under the groove.
This message is for all of the OGs and big homies.
It's up to us to teach the youth.
It's up to us
to pass down the knowledge.
It's up to us
to show them there's another way.
Not destruction,
but creation.
Not division,
but unity.
Not anger,
but wisdom. The future is watching what we do today.
So reach back, guide the next generation,
and leave something greater behind. Under the groove.
Under the groove.
There that is. Here I am, and there you are, man. Welcome to Under Groove Podcast, everybody. It's hot as Hades, all right? We got them a little tank top, you know what I mean? Trying to, stay cool. Peace and prosperity, each and every one of you, man. It's a blessing. We are fortunate to be here, man. It's lovely, man. I think it's a beautiful thing. Welcome everybody to this Get Down. We are touching bases with the people. That's what we do. All right. So that being said, man, come on in here. Let's do what we do. Let's do what we do. I have a couple of things lined up, a few actually, that I wanted to do last night, but time didn't permit. I had other things to do here in the home, so I had to get to that. In fact, I still got shit to do. So, we're gonna go as long as we can go. But in the meantime, in between time, let's touch bases with the people, man. Let's be above board, love and respect here. That's first and foremost. All right. Shouts out to each and every one of you in the RGC. All right. B1 equals black first, y'all. All love and respect. That's all I know. All right. That's all I know. I see Alonzo. What's under your groove? You feel me? For real, right? For real. What's under your groove, man? What is your foundation about? What are you standing on? You know what I mean? What's under your groove, man? All right. She killed that song, Alonzo said, man. Who is the lady singing? That's the loved ones of people. Like I say, this is the loved one. He came in last night, Conscious Mind. He did this out of the kindness of his heart, love and respect, man. He filled his Get Down this channel, and he is a part of it. He is a part of the RGC. We don't see him often, but trust and know, man, he is around. Got to know that, man. Good brother. I appreciate him, man, for his business, man, in terms of how he get out, how we interact with each other. He's above board. He with the blackness, too. Also, understand, man, that he see what we see. He own what we own, So it's one of our people, y'all. Part of this RGC. Shouts out to the loved one. All right. B60, what it do, man? I see you. As always, greetings and salutations right back to you, homie. Peace and prosperity, you and the fam. Good to have you present. This shit started to sweat through my teeth, man. Ooh, hot up in here. Alonzo say, yo, Bub, you got me two-step. I'm telling you, hey, you trip off. It got that West Coast vibe. It got that two-step up in there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I do anyway. I cha-cha a little bit. My wife tell me, oh, you're good. Wink, wink. But, that two-step, hey, man, you can't go wrong with the two-step, Cannot go wrong with that, man. And I'm telling you, every time I play it, that's how I feel, man, that that groove just come out like, all right, man, I'm in the moment. I'm feeling it, The spirit is lit up. Real shit. Lonzo say, amen. Peace to the RGC and Bub, you and your family. Right back to you, bro. Like I said, what it do, Henry? All right. Salute to everyone. Blessings, brother Bub. Hope you are all having a good day. We're having a great day, man. And we want to reciprocate that sentiment, man. May it be that each and every one of us, man, we're in the moment. We're all right. You know what I mean? We're here, Fortunate and blessed. Queen Nzinga's in the house. Peace and blessings to the kings and queens. Of the RGC. We're almost through the week. This is hump day, No matter what this week has brought, give yourself credit for continuing to move forward. Black first. That's that resilience, It's that resilience, man. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep on keeping on. What they say in that song back in the day, you got to make the best of a bad situation. We know that all too well, man. So we always, no matter how bad it be sometimes, at the end of it, man, for the most part, we come out smelling like roses. At least that's the impression we give to others, right? We know, man, we go through shit. And in spite of that, we just keep on keeping on. We make the best of a bad situation, That's what we do. Appreciate that, Queen Nzinga. Yep. No, man, I told you, you said, Bub, you got the guns out, huh? No, man, I am not like I'm supposed to be. This is like, nah. I always have an excuse why I ain't really just got back into it, but it's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. I will get to that point where, physically I'm back how I want to be. For my age, put it like that. Hey, James, what it do, loved one? God dang, bro. I'm gonna get right to you. Henry said, man, burning up today. Rest in peace and condolences to the ones who lost their their loved ones from this heat. Yeah, man. And that's knocking down some people all over the country. This heat wave is spreading, man, and it's something else. Again, it's July and it's just now really starting to, heat up. I tripped back in May when it didn't begin to get hot. Then June, it wasn't. I'm like, hey, man, the weather is off kilter, but here we are in July, the middle part of July, and it's starting to heat up. I hate to guess what August and September is going to look like, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be hot as Hades, man. It's going to be hot. James, man, what it do, loved one? Salute, Big Bub One. Right back to you, loved one. Good to have the CPT back up in this. Get down with us, man. I know you doing your dang thing. Stay on point, bro. No matter what. Prioritize. You say, what's up to the Hoovers? One, man. Yeah, all love and respect goes out to each and every one of you from all over, man. There's so many of us. I ain't going to attempt to start trying to name everybody, but to the Crips and the Bloods, the non-affiliates, hey, man, let's do what we supposed to do. Let's make this thing right. Come together, y'all. Let's make it right. All right. So shouts out to each and every one of you all through the land, man, all through the nation. Let's do what we supposed to do. We're waking up now. Let's get on point. Let's make this shit happen. All right. Let's make this shit happen. The shift has happened. We got to go along with the shift. Be a part of the movement. Be a part of the movement. James say, man, no banging. We all for peace. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. And said it, and I mean it. Right along with you, James. Fuck this banging. That gang banging shit need to die so that brothers and sisters can live. It's our time, man. Let's get on this shit. It's on like Donkey Kong, as they say. We banging, no banging. We all for peace. Lonzo, over 2,000 people in Europe has died from the heat. Unbelievably, they don't believe in AC. No, hey, man, I saw one, and it's somewhere, I don't know where it was. It wasn't in the United States. But then, hey, man, every home or house on the roof, the people they were laid out. Too hot inside, you know what I mean? And yeah, there were no air conditioners, you know what I mean? And we have it here, but me, my frugal ass, and now and then I'll turn it on. Hey, I'm not trying to give Edison that much money, you know what I mean? And the family be like, hey, man, you tripping. Turn that shit on, Yeah, but I don't know what's going on over there where they are, man. They ain't got no AC. That's all bad, man. Them people laid out over rooftops, just laid out on mats, trying to, catch a breeze, man. All bad. All bad. And then I have to say, see, and not being, saying this with malice, but we've been gifted, man. We've been blessed with melanin. We are part of this shit. You know what I mean? It affects us, but it's not going to affect us like that, especially when we do what we're supposed to do, knowing heat waves are occurring. We want to stay hydrated. We want to stay hydrated, man. Eat some of that good fruit, that natural shit, man. Help that hydration, stay in place, stay up and running. That's your AC. Sweating is good. Don't worry about it if you're sweating, but stay hydrated. All right. Man, 2,000 people. I got to go look at that one. James say, Bub, I'm swole with it. That's right. I be hitting the weights, man, about 3 times a week, but I really be them foot missions in. Heavy strolling, doing about 10 miles a day minimum. Stay active and healthy. Stay focused and positive. I don't like nothing over 82, but I can handle it. Same here, bro. I like my shit 80 degrees, 82. I'm like, I tell the wife, oh, it's finna get hot. I feel it immediately, but yeah, man, it's all good, man. Like I say, stay hydrated, y'all. Find some shade. We don't need but maybe 30, 40 minutes of some sunlight. Get that, vitamin D, and get out the way. Get out the way, man. Lonzo say, Bub, last night you said you don't have a fit, Alonzo. Last night you said you don't have a fit. Break that down for me. I'm lost right there. I'm lost. I don't get it. James say, man, they burnt like wet dogs, them woods and other people. We shine brighter than gold, Bub. Ain't nothing more beautiful than this black skin. Black fists up high to all mine, east to the west side. One. Real spit, man. We've been anointed. You know, we are the chosen people. Gotta know it. Don't listen to the other shit we be hearing, man. People trying to usurp, the position. You know what I mean? Trying to appropriate, that position. No, man, we the ones, man. No doubt about it. We the ones. God's chosen. All right. That's what it is. That's what it is. Don't have a fit. Okay, don't have a fit. All right, all right. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Because I think sometimes you and James be ready to go. Don't have a fit, man. Keep it cool. Calm, collected. All right. I'm saying melting over there. They melting over them or over there. Yeah. Real talk. James said, real talk, man. Real walk, brother Bub. I love you. Peace, love, and respect to all our people, kings and queens, the RGC, one black nation under the groove. Yeah. Oh, it's the homeboy. It's the homeboy's woman, man. She went in with him on that, man. It's the homeboy's woman, though, for sure. How he collaborated that was between him and his, but for sure, man, they put it together, man, and it's nice. In fact, as I understand it, she got some of her own stuff too. You know what I'm saying? I hope to one day be able to, play a snippet of it or a little more than that for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I have it. I just haven't gotten the okay, to put it on, social media, the internet. Once he gives me that okay, I'll run it by you guys. She got some nice stuff, man. I appreciate what they do, man. It's nice. It's way better than a whole lot of shit that's out there right now, and that's for damn sure. That's for sure. This brother, man, him and his woman, they get together and they make this music, and I'm telling you, I can ride to it all day. When I'm on the freeway, that's what, I'm putting that thing in there, man, and I'm telling you, I'm all right with it, because it's nice. It fits that, that style of music, it vibes with me. You know what I mean? It ain't rough and rugged and all that, man, nah. Some good stuff. When I get the thumbs up to play some of her shit, I will. Trust me. I will. Now I'm gonna say, man, big people get hot fast. Get that health right. Antonio, what it do? Love and salute, bro. I see you up in here. Appreciate your presence as always. You know how we do. James say, man, Bub, man, I've learned to be a minimalist, my brother. You're like me. We're very conservative in our ways. Preserving and innovating is how we get down. No wasting electricity, gas, water. That's me. But, running up bills and being lazy. I got to pay the bills in this mother hubber, man. This is a big house, big home. So I be trying to monitor, man. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, you got the AC on, but the window open. What you doing? Hey, why these lights on? Ain't nobody in here. That's how I get down, man. I ain't gonna lie. Shit. Bub got to pay the bills. Got to pay them bills, man. So I be on that shit. I be on it. Shit. We have family gatherings, man, and they say, they come and want to turn the AC on. Hey, man, I'm gonna give you time to and keep the sliding door closed, because you're letting out the air, I was looking for one of them gadgets that your thermostat that you can lock and set, have a code to that mug. Because, hey, man, sometimes the family come in to turn that thing on, man, and forget they left it on. They'll leave, man. I come to AC on, ain't nobody like, all right, goddamn. But that's how it is, man. That's family. I ain't really tripping, but I ain't really tripping. Yeah, James said, man, we got to find ways to do better for ourselves, not just financially, but in many aspects of life. Our programs and routines need to benefit us for the long run. Real spit, bro. Real spit. Alonzo said, man, I don't be ready to do nothing but love my brothers and sisters, man. That's me. I'm with you in that respect. James said, yo, Bub, man, laugh at woods and Asians with umbrellas in the sun. I swear we just come back from Home Depot and I'm seeing people with umbrellas and I say, damn, man, y'all wasn't blessed. Y'all got problems. You can't walk up the block without an umbrella. Hey, you might well stay inside, man. You probably do better off staying inside. Wait till nighttime or something. Yeah, you say, yo, bub, I laugh at woods and Asians with umbrellas in the sun. That'd be crazy to me. Real spit, bro. Yeah, that girl could sing, man. Yeah, man. Them, yeah, two, yeah, brother. They're a couple. They're married. Yeah, James say, man, they can't handle the sun, bub. We are the sun, the stars, and everything in between. Through cosmos, the galaxies of universes intertwined, all black, all beautiful, the strongest and most intelligent one. Black fists up high all the time. There you go. Consul Uncle Bub, all right. Uncle Bub, all tight. You asked for him $2. Uncle Bub, all tight. You ask him for $2. Oh, don't even get me on that, bro. Don't even get me started on that, bro. Boy, don't get my niece and man, somebody, some in my family. This motherfucker tight. Yeah, man. Money tight. Shit. It don't grow on trees. Like I say, most of mine go to my home. We made sure, I made sure, the majority of my dollars go right here. When they come here, it's nice. Lay it out, man. It's fresh. Come here, they have a good time. Out on a patio, man, the front yard, it's all nice. Yeah, and most of them don't really understand how it got like that, but I do. Shit. Me and the wife, we put what we put in this home. This is our space, for our family. When they come here, they know. We come here to relax, have a good time. This is a place of safety. A place where we come have conversations, family dinners, gatherings, parties. This is where it's at, man. So we love our home, man. We love those who we invite to our home. You know what I mean? They might not like a lot of how I get down, but hey, I pay the bills. So I don't know what to tell you. I'll be serious as fuck, man. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, that is, man. Yeah, tight. Don't ask me for $2. Don't ask me for 20. Talking about gas. You got here. You got here. You mean you had way back? Man, you ain't playing me out $1. Anyway, let me move on. I know my wife like up, she down into all this. Shut up. Yeah, let me shut up, man. Londo said, man, I know your niece and nephews be cracking up about Uncle Bub. Like Bernie, man, I ain't lying. Dang, Uncle. I got a nephew, man. And around this time, he was about 7. Out on the patio, just making a mess. And I'm like, hey, man, what the hell wrong with you? All this shit laying around, man. Pick this up. And he looked, he said, dang. We all started laughing. It was funny. I kind of relaxed. I like, yeah, all right, man. Go on, do your thing, man. He come in now, he go in the refrigerator to get what he want, go outside, they play, Yeah, Uncle Bubble, this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, man, go ahead. I ain't tripping. Just don't break nothing, That be, the gist of it, All right, Sam Evans, I see you, bro. You say greetings from the land peoples. All right. Greetings from the land peoples. All right. All right. I'm trying to understand the symbol, the icons and shit, but peace. But right back to you, though, Sam. It's good to see you up in here, man. All right, Fat Rat, what to do, loved one? Peace to you and RGC, Big Bud. Right back to you, loved one. Good to see you up in here. So yeah, man, I got a couple of clips, man. I'm gonna drop them right quick and get a bar of this what's said. Because like I was saying to you guys the other day, when it comes to this type of thing, man, me just actually put myself in a position to learn some shit, especially identity. I want to know, where we come from, who the hell we are, and not that shit we learn from the history books or the shit that's being told and taught us. I ain't buying that shit. I just don't, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've always been one to want to know exactly, if possible, where the hell we come from. I think all things possible. So then it's just a matter of willing to learn, research, and find the truth. So I found something I came across. In fact, someone sent it to me. And I said to myself, people need to see this, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys also affirm this mindset, you know, what's being exposed. And the sister got receipts. She's just not talking. She's presenting treaties and, you know, paperwork from hundreds and hundreds of years ago that these people, you know, that little did they know it was their undoing, keeping these type of receipts, not knowing that one day this shit is going to be exposed. So yeah, I got that, man. I want to drop this right quick, man. Let you guys get a bar of this, because like I said, I know that most of our brothers and sisters are on this mindset that, hey man, nah, don't buy this slavery shit the way they telling us. You know, don't buy this we came from Africa on a boat shit. You know, hey, we've been here, you know, type of conversation. So that's what I want to drop right quick. Without further ado, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's stop sharing that one. All right, let me move you out the way right quick. Okay, let's bring this sister up in here. Under the roof. This, yeah. All right, let's get a bar of this, man.
7 nations. 7 nations. And before I jump into it, this is only for historical and educational purposes only.
Pay attention, please.
Anything I say in this video is backed by documented research and primary sources. I encourage everyone to do their own research and come to their own conclusions. This is not misinformation. This is history through another lens. It took 7 nations to conquer us: Britain, France, Spain, Portugal, the Netherlands, Russia, and yes, the Holy Empire itself. But you ever wondered how they did it though?
Vatican.
How they managed to not only take the land, but the identity too? See, most people would think just war, but no, they was very calculated. And I promise you, stay to the end, just follow. Starting with number 1, and this is in no particular order, Russia. Russia came down to Alaska, the Russian-American company. And I already did a detailed video on this. They didn't just trade furs. They captured the dark-skinned inhabitants that was there. Russia's own explorers' journals described what they looked like when they first got there. Then Russia brought in Siberian and Asian subjects to colonize Alaska. Then in 1867, Russia didn't just sell Alaska to the US. They sold the Siberian management class to the US corporation. And these were the ones that got absorbed into the Native American category. And that's why you can see some of the evidence still in the US census. Number 2, the Netherlands came through the Hudson River, establishing New Amsterdam, which later became New York. Spain came through the Florida Peninsula and the Caribbean/Gulf of Mexico channels, pushing upwards through the Caribbean hubs. They claimed the entire southern coastline. France struck directly through the St. Lawrence River in the north and the Mississippi River Delta, New Orleans in the south. So both France and Spain controlled the southern waters from the bottom of the continent upwards. Portugal focused its entire territory invasion on South America under the Treaty of Tordesillas. Britain locked down the Atlantic, the 13 colonies, which later became the United States. They didn't just take the land. They used the doctrine of discovery to justify it legally. But who wrote that doctrine? The doctrine of discovery is the legal foundation of colonization. But who gave it authority? You heard of the doctrine of discovery before, but do you know who's behind it? These guys.
The Vatican.
They provided this legal code that all other nations operated under. And y'all can pause it and read the whole passage. The bull stated that any land not inhabited by Christians was available to be discovered, claimed, and exploited by Christian rulers, and declared that the Catholic faith and the Christian religion be exalted and be everywhere increased and spread, that the health of souls be cared for, and that the barbarous nations be overthrown and brought to the faith itself. This doctrine of discovery became the basis of all European claims in the Americas, as well as the foundation for the United States Western expansion. This is the software that claimed that the earth belonged to the victor of Christ. It gave authority to the other 6 nations to vanquish and reduce perpetual slavery to non-Christian sovereigns. Key following: Terra Nullius, which operated under canon law, and the doctrine of discovery decreed that any soil not actively occupied by a Christian monarch was diplomatically and legally declared empty, regardless of the melanated inhabitants already living, building, and practicing natural law on that soil. And if a population did not fit this criteria, they was classified under canon law as infidels, heathens, savages, or uncivilized, authorizing the total takeover of the Americas. Part 2 coming.
All right. Peep game, man. Peep game. Peep game. All right. That's some real shit right there, man. I'm like, all right, you know, and that got me to going, got my mind working. Like, okay, now I got to go and find these documents. You know what I mean? I suggest that, you know, after, you know, we go off air, we stop the live, you guys go back and find that part where she was breaking that shit down, understand the names of them documents, man, and research them for yourself like she suggested. I suggest the same thing. All right. And I tell you, it lit a fire in me. I'm like, all right, whoa. Some of it I heard before. I knew about the Vatican's role in a lot of what took place in terms of the indigenous people here, you know, and the Vatican was a cold instrument. A cold instrument, all right? It was cold to its own people and in its own lands before it even got here. So, you know, that they were just worse by the end. By the time they said, okay, y'all go over here and do this, that, and the third, they were way worse, you know. So, yeah, do your research, man. Do your research, your due diligence. All right, now hit this other one. And hey, man, hit this other one, man. All right. Let me move this one out the way. Hit this other one, man. Now, I don't want nobody to be offended by this, but there's something behind this. You know, something being said that's, you know, I think necessary. I think is necessary. So get a bar of this one. And I got something to say after.
Complex, the news media, the music industry, Hollywood, big tech, big pharma, and all the big banks and central banks around the world. They control the ultra-processed food industry, specifically designed to make us all sick. They own and control all the smut and filth used to subvert Christian society. They were responsible for both world wars. They were responsible for the attacks on 9/11. They were responsible for the COVID pandemic and the poisonous injection that they falsely labeled a vaccine. They were responsible for Jeffrey Epstein and the child sex ring operation that was used to control U.S. politicians, celebrities, and billionaires through blackmail. And it is more than apparent that international organized Jewry controls our Congress, our president, this council, this mayor, and the mayor's corrupt brother, Congressman Frank Pallone. My legal arguments were ignored, so now it's time to get biblical. I'm sure you're all under the impression that the modern state of Israel is somehow connected to the Israel from the Bible. It's not. Israel, also known as Jacob, was a man, not a land and not a country. He had descendants that were known as the children of Israel or the Israelites. However, an overwhelming majority of modern-day Israelis have absolutely no ancestral connection to the Middle East or the ancient Israelites of the Bible. They are Ashkenazi Jews of European descent who can trace their ancestry back to Khazaria, what is now modern-day Ukraine. These people claim to be Jews, but are not. They are actually the synagogue of Satan, as stated in Revelation 2:9 and 3:9.
This guy is spitting some straight facts in this council meeting here. Many things point towards these Zionists as being the main force that is pushing us into a New World Order beast system. But in this final push for freedom here on social media, many people are starting to wake up to exactly just who these people are. And they are not God's chosen people. Make sure you follow me for more.
Well, we know that as a fact. Black people already knew that. We know that they aren't God's children, you know, as the statement goes or the saying goes. We know that they've appropriated that position, that title, you know. So what we have is two contrasting statements of points of view, right? One, on one hand, is it deals with us and how we have been, you could say, manipulated, worked out of, or, you know, erased, covered over, you know, or just plain old, you know, our identity being stolen, you know, from people to hide what, you know, to hide what? Facts that relate to who we truly are, where we come from, what we're about, you know. Then you have the on the other hand, of people whose identity is usurped from other people, us, you know what I mean? It's a made up identity. It's been propagandized, you know, it's been appropriated. And for whatever reason, you know, the audacity of people to lay claim to something that they know is not true. First claim that they are God's children. And, you know, I'm not even religious, but I know damn well, man, there is a force that represents and loves us better than anybody else, you know, and you know, and that ain't enough proof for a lot of people. I understand that. But just based on the fact of how our DNA is constructed, how our shit, you know, our genome is made up, or, you know, what it is totally different from what theirs is. That says a lot. That says that whatever created creation saw it necessary to give us more of and them less than, you know what I mean? So, you know, you had these two ideas, these two ideologies, these two statements, these two historical events, turn of events or happenings, experiences, man. One on one hand is a people going through some shit, man, and people around them, other people outside of this melanated, you know, persuasion, trying to this day figure out how is it possible that we're still here. Then you have another people who drop like flies, you know what I mean, disease ridden, you know, can't stand too much of nothing, you know what I mean, complain a hell of a lot, you know, steal, lie, cheat, kill, you know, a whole lot of other things, just wicked to the core, professing and claiming to be someone or something they're not. Two different get downs, man. You know, and I have to say, in my mind, this struggle has a lot to do with, they're involved in a lot of what we're going through. Them people, them Ashkenazis out of Ukraine, you know, them same people that Europe kicked out, didn't want them around. There's something about them, you know, you have to admit it. But anyway, there that is, man. I've always been of the mind that, yeah, there is something not just special about us, but something that has chosen us to be, you know, who we are, you know what I mean? Not only that, but has given us, you know, this strength of this resilience to keep on keeping on like no other. Nobody can do what we've done. Nobody can accomplish what we've accomplished. No one has contributed to this nation, to this world like we have. And yet here we are, you know. I think there's something to this shit, you know. I think there's something to it, man. That's all I can say about that. But there that is, man. And I think those are, you know, the dichotomy, the differences. They're two separate and different things, you know, people, experiences, and blessings, you know what I mean? Ours, I think, is God-given, you know, or created, whatever, you know what I mean? And theirs is something that's stolen and is a lie. So it's the opposite. Give that shit a lot of thought, man. Do our research, man. Come to know who the hell we are so that people like them cannot usurp or appropriate what we are destined to, you know, have, be, and represent, you know? That's my take on that. Now, this last one I found it interesting because I've heard this talk quite often about reparations. And I don't know, I'm of the mind that I don't think that's something that's going to occur. But if I'm able to put any energy to it in the positive, then so be it, you know. Excuse me. But this sister right here, you know, she got a strong argument, man. You know, let's see what she's talking about right quick. I know what she did in terms of the money she's asking for. Right, here we go. All right, get a bar of this right quick. Crazy work, y'all. Anelia Sutton. That's her name. You can find her. Go to AneliaSutton.com, all right, if you're interested in what she's about to say.
Trump just received $1.5 trillion for war. And America has already paid reparations to other communities and other groups that were harmed, but never seemed to have the time or the money whenever U.S. slavery is brought up. Well, now the world has spoken. 123 countries at the United Nations recognize slavery as the gravest crime against humanity. So yeah, the time is now for accountability and compensation. Power is never returned willingly. It has to be claimed, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Stand up with me in the largest financial claim in human history, the U.S. slavery class action. To learn more, get all of the details, get all of your questions answered, and to join, go to AneliaSutton.com. I don't DM. I don't send you to any other website. I don't use Telegram, WhatsApp, none of that. Go to AneliaSutton.com only. Only AneliaSutton.com. It's a sin and a shame that I have to repeat myself, but the scammers pretending to be me are out here to get y'all, okay? Don't fall for it. I don't DM. I send people to my official website only, AneliaSutton.com, okay? Spread the word and follow for more. Family.
All right. So that's in case any of you got an idea or, you know, have the notion that, yeah, I want to be in on that class action. If such a thing occurs, I want my name in the ranks. There you go. There's some information towards that. I thought that was necessary. I used to think that, again, well, I still do in some respects, that, you know, if reparations is not going to be something in our lifetime, I think we'll see maybe some, you know, time down the line. But that's something they're going to fight tooth and nail over. You know what I mean? I just think that they got too many excuses and everything else. And not only that, but, you know, that would, you know, I think it's even bigger than them admitting it. They've admitted it, and in some respects attempted to apologize for it, but to pay for it, nah, they ain't how they getting down. They ain't getting down like that, man. Nah. You know, but if any of y'all are interested in that, man, by all means, man, go check her out, see if she's worth, you know, your time. You know, see if what she's saying, you know, is clicking, you know, with you. That's all I got to say to that. You know, that's all I got to say to that. All right, let's get back up into these comments, man. And then, you know, I'm going to hit up Fat Rat in a minute. I'm going to get a Fat Rat. Drop something on us, man. Drop something on us. And that, you know, actually, we'll open that table up, yeah, you know, as long as it's, you know what I mean, it's all encompassing, you know, it's thought provoking. And again, man, it addresses each and every one of us in such a manner that, you know, no one's going to be offended or feel like they've been disrespected by discussing something that they don't want to be a part of. You know what I mean? So just keep that in perspective. All right. But right quick, let me get to this right quick. All right. Lonzo say more in the line. You talking about the family? Nah, man. I got turf all throughout my shit. You know, I got tired of that maintenance, man. You know, getting up on the weekend, 6 a.m, mowing my front yard, man, doing all that shit, man. I was like, oh, hell no, man. You know, trimmers and mowers and man, I got tired of that shit. You know, we had bushes, hedges and shit. I had to trim them, and I had to all do that. For years, I was doing that. And it dawned on me. I said, you know what? Nah, I ain't finna do none of this no more. I'm done with that. I'm not finna do none of that anymore. In fact, I'm gonna get some turf put up here. And that's exactly what I did, you know, and then got the whole gate hooked up, everything. So, you know, the homestead is nice. It's nice. So no grass to mow, no hedges to cut, you know, no big trees in my front yard. You know what I mean? I kept one tree in my front yard, and I kept our orange tree, you know, and we got more trees on the side of the house. That's cool. But other than that, yeah, no maintenance. I'm just watering down the sidewalk, or the pavers in the back on the patio, and that, shit, I ain't got to do much, I ain't got to do much. And I wouldn't ask the kids to water, being my niece, nephews, and grandkids, because they just waste, but they'll play in the water all day. I'm gonna do that shit lickety split, man. 5 minutes, water off. We ain't gonna be all day doing that shit. But anyway, Sam Evans say greetings from the land, peoples. All right, peace, bud. Right back to you. All right, Alonzo, 5 video, good info. I think so, man. It was some good info. Yep, absolutely. Little black hats, man. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Well, you saying they need to get out of the U.S. I don't think that's going to happen, because now I think they are ensconced here. They are. It's like, they in the concrete, man. They are planted here, not just here, but other places as well. Argentina is a home base for them as well. You think about the United States, you got to think about California. You have to think about New York. You know what I mean? Those are the places where most of them are anyway. Florida, you know what I mean? You're going to find them, and they are set. They are set. They ain't going nowhere. That'd be a fight. You know what I mean? That'd be a good fight. Yeah. Yeah, the synagogue of Satan, man. Londo says something about them. Everybody knows they like to eat children, vampires. Very disgusting. Yeah, not supposed to hurt children. Queen Nzinga said, man, them people being kicked out of everywhere they were throughout history. Most of us know this, and they're European. The other Europeans didn't even want them. The other Europeans didn't even want them, and you have to ask yourself why. Why everywhere you went, you were kicked out, chased out, killed, strung up, burned, whatever? Why? What was so bad about them back then that it's still today? I think they may be worse today because they found their foothold, throughout the world. They found a foothold. You know what I mean? So, hey, man. You never know. They've been kicked out everywhere they've been, but you don't know why. We'd like to know. I mean, I think the writing is already there. I was talking about, I wanted to do some content today in regard to them in Germany, to have Mustache Man, right? And from what I read about why all that occurred, and it had to do with how they were, the black hats, little black hats, a very degenerate type of, people, into all sorts of things, homosexuality, you know what I mean, pedophilia, prostitution, pornography, all kind of shit, man, all kind of shit. And little Mustache Man say, hey, man, this is degenerate. The reason him coming into power was because of them, and then how they ran and or controlled the banking system. One of the issues also had to do with finances, or the economics, and how their interest was so high. They chose, and that was another issue. It was just so much. But anyway, long story short, he decided to deal with them. And that's what happened. But what really happened was they were in locations where they had the ear of other people and say, hey, man, y'all got to help us go to war with these people, because this is what they're doing. They're evil. They're bad. They're doing this and that to us. And, these other people were convinced. That's how that whole thing really started. That's how it started. Little Mustache Man wanted them out of Germany because they were such gross and degenerate people. Now, again, if you go back in history, it can be said that that was the same mindset of others in Europe concerning little black hats. Everywhere they went, people said, no, you got to go, They brought debauchery with them, pedophilia, all sorts of, evil behavior, man, and people wasn't having it. Now they're here with their witchcraft in Hollywood and everywhere else, you know. They in, man. It would be a good fight to get rid of it. It's the only way, I think. Anyway. Alonzo said exactly, cleaning zinc everywhere because children always disappear around them. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, man, but do you know that over 400,000 children come up missing every year here in the United States? And the second highest number of missing children is in Germany, in the hundreds of thousands. And I'm thinking to myself, and that's just two countries I named. You guys can go look it up. But I'm thinking, okay, man, come on now, goddamn. Where are these kids, man? Where are they housing them, locating them? I mean, how often do they consume them? You know what I mean? I caught something the other day that pertained to a practice that uses human blood transfusions. They hire certain people, black people, to do transfusions with them, you know, to energize or it's something about the blood that gives them a more youthful look, you know. And the accusation or the allegation is that P. Diddy was doing this shit too. He had got up on, you know, that get down, you know, that practice, and he started doing it. And I guess, you know, I don't know, to give it some credence, some, you know, some validity. I saw just yesterday a recent picture of him, maybe a month ago, he was going to court. Dude look old as fuck. And I know for a fact I'm older than P. Diddy. And I ain't partied as much as P. Diddy. Yeah, you know what I mean? But God dang, man, when I saw him, I said, oh shit. So what I did is I started going and looking at certain celebrities before and after. Let's say before a year or two ago, and then let's say, you know, last week, and I was just stunned. I was stunned. Like, hey man, these are clones or something. It can't be the same people. But it the point is they were participating in certain practices. I can't say what, you know, the allegation was they were doing some type of blood transfusions and shit like that to keep themselves, you know, with a youthful appearance. And they would pay people $10,000 to, you know, do the blood, you know, exchange or transfusion. And the dude said, a brother, he said, man, yeah, they get out on a boat, go out in the ocean and do it, you know, in international waters. That way, you know, won't be no issue, legal issue. And the dude was like, man, who are you? He said, no, man, seriously. So they show pictures of him and Diddy together and, you know, shit like that. And I'm like, wait a minute, man, it might be something to this shit. Then I see a picture of Jim Carrey. So Jim Carrey, youthful as fuck. He's on some of, I forget the guy's name, when he's nighttime talk show host. And this was maybe 3 months ago. And he went on the show and he started talking about practices with the little black hat people and how they're fucking up the world. I seen a picture of Jim Carrey, maybe that was taken maybe a month ago. Dude look old as spit. It wasn't the same dude. So I'm like, okay, man, something's wrong here. You know, oh no, was he a clone? That's what I got to think. So now, man, this can't be that dude. Something weird going on in the world. That's that much I know. And there are certain practices being had, you know, that we aren't even privy to, that has a lot to do with, you know, blood sacrifices and all this other shit, man. You know, the consuming of human beings, you know, their organs and shit, you know. Get Out is a good movie. Go watch that movie, all right? You know, what they say about art imitating life, or conversely, life imitating art, depending on how you look at it, your perspective is what matters. But I go check that movie out. Go check that movie out. When we talk about, you know, there's certain things, man, that's going on. Like, for instance, what's that group called L. Ron Hubbard's group? I think them people, they real spit, man. Something up with them. Sum up with them, man. I really think so. You know, and L. Ron Hubbard was a staunch racist. I read all his books, you know, because back at that time, you know, I didn't put any book that came to me, I would read it. I read all of Dianetics, you know. I read shit he wrote before Dianetics, shit he wrote after, before he died. Man, the dude, I've seen, they got film on him speaking about us, you know. The CS organization, that's his. Cold shit going on, y'all. Anyway, get me started on some shit. I get talking about some shit, man. They should make each and every one of us sick, man. No good bastards. Fat Rat say, Bub, I'm biting a hole in my lip right now, bro. I have a book in response to that video, but I digress. They train our people in these education cemeteries to document their history under the guise that they're offering ours. We are the original people, bub. We watch the sun light up our solar system. The papal bull was just partially condemned this year. Leo the 14th, prior to that, there was this loose repudiation of doctrine. They contributed to our sojourn, and in the early 90s, an apology for their involvement. I'll hold back the book, bro. Yeah. When I recall months ago, you were mentioning the papal bull, you know, and I'm like, yeah, dude. And I went, okay, got you. You know, I had to go back and, you know, pull up the paper. I got it, right? And then it was then that a lot of shit started to click with me. I had read books maybe 40 years ago that discussed what was going on over there and how demonic, you know, that church was. If it's all right to call it that. I think that's a misnomer. But I mean, the practices, man, the shit they were doing with children, you know, let alone women and men, the torture, the enslavement, the whole nine, man, the Inquisition, all this shit. When you mentioned the papal bull, it sparked something in me, and I went back and I started, oh, damn, you know, cold with it, man. And they are, or that, I don't know what to call them, honestly. I think calling them a church is a misnomer. That I don't think that's appropriate. But then what do I know, right? The coldest part about them, man, is the fact that these people, they have stored, or they have storaged our history. They have the majority of what we need to know what we need to know in terms of who we are and what we truly come from. They have it there. They got more of it than anyone on the face of the planet. In fact, what other countries got and won't show us, the Vatican got, man, 10 times, maybe 100 times that. Seriously. And, you know, I think they've been infiltrated as well by the little black hat people. Look at the hats they wear. The little red hats. They're little red hats. Yeah, hey, man. That shit is synonymous to me. That means something to me, you know. Little red hat people, little black hat people, they all in cahoots. That's what I think. You know, I don't need a whole bunch, man, to get my mind working. And 2 and 2 is 4. Shit, 2 + 2 is 4, man. All day, every day. Something up with them. And they got a hand in this shit, man. All right, Fat Rat. I'm going to read that again. He said, Bub, I'm biting a hole in my lip right now, bro. I have a book in response to that video, but I digress. They train our people in these education cemeteries to document their history under the guise that they're offering ours. We are the original people, Bub. We watch the sun light up our solar system. The papal bull was just partially condemned this year. Leo the 14th, prior to that, there was this loose repudiation of doctrine they contributed to our sojourn, and in the early 90s, an apology for their involvement. I'll hold back the book, bro. Please don't. You got me peaked. My interest, okay. I need to know if I read that book or if I even heard of it. And if not, share it with me. Share it with me. I'll get on it. I'll get on it. Okay, here you go. You say, Fat Rat said, Bub, they are the body parts of the 1%, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, I get that too. They are the body parts of the 1%. Everybody, we know who the 1% is. Or we should. You don't know who the 1% is, ask. All right. Lonzo said, we are getting reparations, Bub, whether you believe it or not. I didn't say I didn't believe it. I didn't say I didn't believe it. I say in our time. I'm 62 in next month. I just don't think in my lifetime they'll be willing to, break us off what we are owed. You know what I mean? And we aspire, we trust, we know in our core we're going to live to be, of old age. And yet I still think, I just don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And what kills me is the fact that they don't understand that, if it's monetary, okay, if it's in terms of land, okay, either or, anybody in the system or in these United States would also benefit as a result of, because again, a lot of our people don't have any goddamn control, excuse my language, or training. They don't know how they will. If you give them $1 million, if you give 1 million of us $1 million, 900,000 of us gonna be broke or damn near broke in a year. So in that respect, I'm saying I don't see how they don't figure they could still, they get something back. You know what I mean? And I hate to think that, well, I think that, but damn, I hate to think that in terms of what I just said, because that's some messed up shit. That's how messed up we are. If you gave us 3 point whatever billion, can you imagine what a lot of us would be on? Look, we wouldn't be able to tell nobody nothing no more. Man, shit. What you gonna tell a billionaire? A multi-billionaire? Not a damn thing. Most of them will be dead before they even get past spending 100 million. A lot of them are addicted to shit. You know what I mean? And that's the truth, man. It's the truth. And that's what's sad about this shit. You do the math. The sister said each one of us who are proven to have, they can trace it and know, get 3-point-something billion, right? Shit. We already spend over 2 trillion, but in that number, that amount, yeah, it would have to be in the quad, yeah, it had to be more than trillions, what I mean? Because it's, I don't know, about what, 40-something million of us. And that's not counting, tethers and, people that came after the fact, that still be a lot of money. In any respect, they still get a lot of that back, if that's what they're concerned with, I don't know. Anyway, let me see. You seen it already, Lonzo? Okay. If you seen it, man, you had that clairvoyance at work, man, beautiful thing, man. All right. And speaking of that clairvoyance, that's another sense. We're taught, man, that we only have 5 or 6. And truth of the matter is we got maybe 15 to 20, senses. They just teach us the ones we know of: tactile, smell, sight, touch, sight, taste, hearing, shit like that. But there's so many more that they refuse to teach us, because had we known or we were enlightened on that, we'd be more open, more connected to, the energy, you know what I mean? So again, a lot of what's going on, man, is by design, in terms of, us being held back. This is a concerted effort, man, of some people who know once we wake up, come out of this fog, their day is over. You know what I mean? Their day is over. Frederick has to be what it do, loved one. Good to see you hanging out with us, man. Salute right back to you. 4 of them. All right. Frederick Hasby say 400,000 is a crazy number. That's just here in the United States in terms of missing children, young people. That's just here in the United States. And most of whom, believe it or not, are melanated people. So again, I'm asking, okay, where the hell are these people, these children? Then I see shit, man, where they got these underground labyrinths and shit, I mean, they, go for miles and miles. Imagine what's in there. Can you imagine that? And that's just not here in the United States. They say some of these underground roadways go all the way into South America, into Canada and Alaska, like, oh shit. And they got them all over the world, so yeah, man, whatever's going on is happening on a huge scale, man. What we see ain't shit. We ain't seen just, a little bit of it, to tell you the truth. That's just the part, a lot of us ain't grasping. This shit is bigger than what we can even imagine, I think. Lonzo said, man, they think blood turns them into shapeshifters, dumbasses. Yeah, you know how the internet play games, man. They using AI and shit now. But, I think, they really think a lot of shit. Well, I think that they, for lack of a better term, I think they're demons. I don't think they righteous beings. You know what I mean? I don't know. Human blood. Frederick Hasby said kills looks super old. Also Kelly. Who you talking about? Kills? Who? Kelly? Who? The sister, Kelly Rollins. Who you talking about? I don't know. Because I'm sure once you tell me, I'll picture them. Yeah. Oh man, a lot of them are looking super old. I saw Ellen DeGeneres, right? Now she didn't took flight since all this Epstein shit, right? She, a lot of them have moved out of the country. A lot of them have moved out of the country when this Epstein shit broke. But I saw a picture of her recently. I said, there's no way, man. Again, is this a clone or what? Or was that a clone they were using? And here's the real Ellen DeGeneres. And I was like, oh shit, that's scary. That's some scary work. Okay. What it do, Pope? All right, Pope hanging out. Y'all, you said I just got off, Bub. I see you, Big Brown. Big Brown showing them guns today, huh? Focus on the focus. It's going down with the UTG live. Yeah, I was telling everybody, Poke, it's hot as hell, man. And I'm a frugal brother. I believe in spending money wisely. I didn't want the AC on, man. Shit, that just, hey, it's going to be hotter days than this one. So let's conserve, But no, man. I said, okay, let me put on a little tank top, man, and then I'll be all right, shit. Yeah, I'll be all right. Get my fan going and shit, hey. Yeah, man, sure. Yeah. Oh, Lonzo say he bet that the diddler got AIDS. I don't know, man. Maybe that's possible. That could be possible. I don't know. No, I don't know. All right, Chris, what it do, loved one? You say, man, they love giving black people a blood test. Ain't that right? Okay, I got something for you on that too. You wonder what they do. Shit, you beat me to it. You wonder what they do with all that blood they take, be taken from us. So I wish one day, man, my wife's gonna come and I'm gonna pull up a chair and we're gonna sit and she'll tell y'all. If I'm going to the doctor, get a checkup, whatever, I'm always inquisitive. Okay, why do you need all this blood? Because as I understand it, they'll take a droplet of the blood, put it, on the little slide thing, do what they do with the microscope, Petri did, whatever. But why did you need that whole vial of blood? And why did you need 3 or 4 of them? Get the fuck out of here, man. It was the same thing when it came to get my teeth pulled. And I'm telling you, it would have came to fisticuffs or they would have called the police because I told them they couldn't keep my teeth. Why are y'all collecting this shit? It's a reason for that shit, man. I think, yeah, it's a reason. So anybody that gave blood to any of them, we're all on medical record. There ain't no telling if they got a clone of us. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling. Possible. I didn't want to say it has to be, yep, Scientology. Them some wicked people too, man. L. Ron Hubbard, man. Henry said European people, man, were killing each other. And when they found out there were people in other places, after they pillaged one another, then they pillaged the rest of the world, savage beasts. And again, yeah, true that. Again, just take into account what they were doing to each other. Take into account what the Vatican was doing to their own people before they even sent Isabella or whoever else, Columbus, to come and figure out or say, go claim new land, discover, all the shit they was doing to them before they left, sent them on these voyages, to so-called discover, uncharted land for them, Hey, man, when they got here, them people, they had learned from them people and they bought that shit here. Same atrocities, man. Same genocidal atrocities, man. And you got to know, if you guys check it out, because I'm pretty sure there are receipts on this shit. The Vatican is a very, very brutal place. It was a brutal place, man. Some parts of it was a prison. They got catacombs, man. They got shit underneath that thing, man. They was doing some serious wicked shit, man. And baby sacrificing and everything else, man. They got bones down there, man. Old. They got old bones down there, man. Cold people. Cold people. Look what the church was doing to the so-called Native American, to the Aboriginal. You know what I mean? Look how they were treating them. Not just, graping them, but killing them, man. Subjecting them to all kind of atrocities, man. So, that shit is something they did. And that was the church is what they called it. Wicked people, man. Never liked them guys, man. Never liked them guys. Fat Rat said, man, we could sum up their prized possessions through Bud. The black man is God. We can sum up their prized possessions. Yeah. Yeah. And with your help, shit. And with your help, okay. We can give it them. We can lay it all on the table, bro. So Fat Rat, I have heard, well, let me see. There's a book, Jews, God, and History. Their own scholar, full of himself, spilling major tea. I'll look up the author. I read that over 25 years ago. It catches us up on them, but Musa gave them 45% or 45 degrees, 45 degrees. Jews, God, and History. Damn, Fat Rat, I can't even recall. I'm gonna have to get that book. I'm gonna have to get that book. Henry Stedello said, man, my mom's little sister, Diane, was one of the victims of the massacre of Jim Jones. Wow. Mom told me she tried to take my older siblings, but moms knew something was up with that devil. Yeah, I remember first hearing about that and then even watching the movie. I don't know, man. It's some crazy work, man. And all of them have fixation on us. You know, don't believe anything they say contrary to that statement. You know, they all have a fixation in some form or in some way or another. The men as much as the women as much as the men, they have a fixation. And it is not all, it's evil, ain't nothing good about it. It's all negative in some form or fashion, I think. Thinking about, speaking of that, think about the young brother, man, Nolan. There was some type of fixation they had, and looking at the pictures, man, it was just too buddy, too hugged up on them and shit, Me and my wife, we talked about that, and we're just trying to understand what be going on in the minds of our brothers, man, our young brothers. And why do they think it's okay to socialize with them in such a way? Why would they think, they are safe, that they don't need to use caution, that there's not a threat, emanating from them or coming from them or about them because you hanging with them or they call you their friend, I think they're like rabid, dogs with rabies. They'll turn on you quick, but it's something about this whole situation. I'm talking about this young brother that just don't add up. You know what I mean? And the shit is coming out slowly but surely. There's some ritualized shit taking place, man. There's some ritualized shit taking place, and they're using us. Cast these spells, do these rituals, whatever the hell it is they're doing. And I just don't understand for the life of me why a lot of our brothers, okay, this is a call I have to take. Hold on, everybody. Oh, shit. All right, it hung up. Maybe a call back. All right. Yeah, that was an important call. I didn't expect him to call this time. He must have looked at the clock and said, okay, cool. Anyway, but yeah, there's some wicked shit going on, you guys. And for whatever reason, man, a lot of our people are just ignorant. Or they just think everything is going to be okay. That's okay, to rub elbows with these people like this. And it's not, Too much is happening, man. Too many of our brothers and sisters are, found hanging from trees and shit. And this is of late. All this shit, man, is for a reason. There's something going on, you guys, and we got to be mindful of this shit. Because it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. And in fact, I think it's going to get worse because I think they're feeling emboldened. They're feeling emboldened to do this shit, and especially when they run across one of our people who is ignorant, being nonchalant, unattentive, or whatever. All right, hold on, y'all. Hold on, everybody. I don't know how to do this, but shit. You put a clip up or something, y'all. Let's listen to this one again. One second. What up, bro? All right, everybody. Oh shit! I don't know if y'all was even watching that. My bad. Can't hear nothing. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, y'all. In my rush, I thought I left the video going, and that was an important call. So excuse me for that. I had to take care of that. Get some business out the way. All love for the loved one, trying to assist him, help him out. So yeah, that being said, back to these people, man. We got to know that we're in a situation where something is up. Everything is coming at us at once. We have to get ready, man. We have to start thinking, for real, man, like survivalists. We have to look at we're in the wilderness, man, and in any, there's a drop down a ravine, there's a big grizzly bear, there's a rattlesnake, there's a blizzard coming. We got to think in terms of survival. We got to start looking at life like this, man, especially when it comes to these other people. None of them, man, have our best interests at heart, and we're looked at as a means, as things, to assist in their accomplishing whatever their desires or wishes are in this life, man. Whatever they worship, whoever they worship, they're trying to make sacrifices to them using us. We got to be mindful of this shit, man. These are not human beings. They aren't human. You know what I mean? And I've always reflected and spoke of them as such. Human. They're not. They're called mankind. To me, we are human. It's a big difference, I think. And again, then genetically, scientifically, it's a big difference. In spite of what they tell us, So we have to be mindful, man. We have to start imparting to our youth, our brothers and the sisters, especially our sisters, who slip more than our brothers, for whatever mindset or trip they own in terms of an acquisition or trying to get something out of somebody. You're putting your life in danger, You're putting your life in danger. Zo, what's up, man? We're doing this thizzle, bro. What's the deal, bro? Who this, Rock? What the hell? I got you on the wrong. I got to go and change that. Hold on, y'all. This is crazy work. Hey. Yeah. Okay, this Ra? Okay, hold on. I got you under the wrong name. All right, let me go see if it's in there. Don't hang up. Hold on. I'm getting a message, y'all, for Rakufu. This is supposed to be imperative. Let me see. I don't see no text, bro. It's a regular text, or right? Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. So wait a minute. Is it Chantel? Yeah. I got it. I got it right here. All right, I'm finna play it right now. I got you. All right, y'all. So Rakufu won to drop this. This is for the masses. Let's see what it is. Let me go in here and get rid of this. All right, let me search her. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me do this. Bear with me, everybody. All right, found it. Okay, where is it? All right, got it. All right, I found it, Ra, if you're listening. All right, so this is some Brother Rakufu want you guys to hear. So let's go in here and let's drop this right quick. Let's see what this is talking about. Let's see what this is talking about, man. All right, here we go. Uh-oh.
A beauty supply store and get supplies from a distributor, you have to get the permission of other beauty supply stores surrounding your area. I did not know that. And what she was saying was a lady named Matisse was trying to start a Black-owned beauty supply store, but she could not get the distributors to give her products because all the Asian beauty supply stores said no. So you have to get the permission of all the surrounding beauty supply stores in order to get products from the distributor, which I knew because I figured something was wrong every time a Black person tried to open up a beauty supply store. What kind of law is that you got to get the approval of all the surrounding beauty supply stores? So that's like a monopoly. So the Asian beauty supply stores have a monopoly in our neighborhood where we can't open up a beauty supply store and get supplies from the distributor because they are saying no. But yet you keep going buying your products from Asian beauty supply stores. Yet you keep going buying your products and food from Asian markets. This is why we can't get anything. I did not know that in.
All right. There you go, Ra. So I have something to say to that, you know, respectfully. That's all the more reason for sisters to go back to themselves, you know, to become all natural, you know, represent and present yourselves in the beauty your creator gave you. That's how I see that. You know, that was my first thought when all this shit started. I would say, good. Now our sisters can go back to afros, afro puffs, cornrows, whatever styles they did. Hey, let them keep that fake shit. Let them keep them fake eyelashes, that fake hair, them wigs, you know, all that shit. Let them, hey, our sisters need to get back to their own natural beauty anyway. That was my thought. Respectfully. Respectfully. I appreciate seeing a sister in her natural light, her natural self. You know, I love when I see sisters representing, you know, blackness. You know, ain't nothing like it, man. And it stands out. It's more, if you want attention, try that. Try that, man. And for all of you who got issues about, oh, well, my edges, this, and that, hey, man, grow some locks. Sisters look powerful and strong in locks. You know, look beautiful in locks also. You know, yeah, I'm thinking, hey, man, good. Stop giving them our money for products, man, that you got, you sisters, you queens, you goddesses don't need. Don't need it. Actually, it actually takes away from your natural beauty. And then if anybody with some real sense see you, we understand that, okay, you ashamed of your natural beauty. You're trying to cover up your natural self and present yourself as something you're not, you know? And I say that respectfully. You know? So I think that's a good thing. You know, we're going to continue, you know, not spend our day. Hey, man, fight that shit out. You know, stick it out. When it comes to certain products, there are black-made products. Go find them. Find those black vendors. Those people who make their own products and sell them wholesale to black folk. They exist. Some of this is about people not wanting to do the work. They want convenience. They want convenience rather than, hey, man, wanting to stand up for something, man, that's right. That's righteous. Fuck convenience, man. We ain't never knew convenience, man. Stop acting like we, you know, that we know it, we buddy with convenience. Ain't nothing been convenience about none of this, or convenient about none of this shit. I say, hey, man, good. And then for them sisters, man, that don't want to, you know, be on cold, hey, more power to you. You know, more power to you. You know, you stuck in it, you know. We get it. But there are other alternatives. If you don't want to, you know, fall back from that, you know, that look that you come accustomed to, that straight hair, you know, rather than your own natural hair, your own natural beauty. Okay, there are other ways. There are other means to get that, you know. There are other products, sources of hair. Most of you don't even really get real hair. And respectfully, I say it. You get that synthetic shit, man. They got a product in Africa, man, made from bamboo. Wait, I take that back. Yeah, it's bamboo, I think. This shit is so durable. It's some shit, man. Africans in it. I don't know. Y'all might want to go research this. You know what I mean? You should. Everything you do to that Indian hair, that Chinese hair, that fake, that the synthetic hair, you can do with that. You know? In fact, I think it's the fiber from banana trees. The shit, man, it's luxurious. It's the whole nine, and it lasts. Just give you some thought, man. Give you something, you know, to consider. You know, since a lot of y'all don't want to fall back off this whole, you know, Americanized look you all are attached to, you know. And I get it, man. We all fall victim to some of this, you know, this shit, man, that's out there. We all have at some point or another, you know. But, you know, our hope is that a lot of you say, okay, you know what? This is a sign. This means then I need to, hey, get back to my culture, my people. You know, my heritage, my natural beauty. A lot of you sisters are beautiful, man. You don't need all this shit thinking you're making yourself more beautiful. No, a lot of you, respectfully, I say it, look like damn clowns. All this shit on your face and all the, you know, I mean, you know, I've never seen this shit like I'm seeing it now. Most sisters, you know, they leave the house with bonnets on their heads. You know what I mean? You know, just tacky shit. And you're covering up shit you paid money for. You're supposed to be styling, thinking you're looking good, but you know, I don't know. And I'm trying to be respectful. I don't mean to disrespect anybody, especially our sisters. All right, I'm just from a brother's perspective. Y'all don't need this shit. You never did. You know, it's just like me saying to brothers, man, we don't need to kill each other. We never did need to do that, but we got caught up as well. Well, we got our own problems. You know, we got issues too. You know what I mean? But just reflect, man. When you look at yourself, man, you have to see how beautiful you are to the point where, you know, wait a minute, man, I'm stunting. I'm stunning, not like you stunting the stunt, but you're really weighing down, you're covering up your natural beauty. For what? Because somebody told you guys, you sisters, you look better with straight hair, you know, because it was an issue, you know, it was too woolly, you know, someone teased you. Come on, man. I'm all for them telling, you know, not want to sell our sisters nothing, none of that shit. That's good. That's good. Maybe sisters will see, you know, the light. Maybe some will wake up and say, you know what, man, that all this is for a reason. Let me go all natural on their asses. And let me show them what real beauty is. You know. And I know I'm not the only brother that think like that. So many of us can't wait to see our sisters come home, metaphorically speaking. All right. Become all natural again. Ain't nothing like y'all, man. Don't nobody carry beauty like a black woman, especially in her natural state. You can't hold a candle to a black woman. You know, I don't know where y'all got 2-inch eyelashes on your faces. What's the shit? You know, I don't know where y'all got wearing, you know, weaves down to the crack of your butts. I don't know, you know, I don't understand that shit, you know. I'm not a woman, I don't understand it. But as a black man, I could say, hey, man, black women are the most beautiful female species on the planet in their natural state. That ain't no lie. So, hell yeah. Shit, don't sell them nothing. That's what I say. You sisters are beautiful, man, and y'all got to get to that point. Get back to that. The shit y'all doing to yourselves ain't, nah. No. I don't know why you do it, but there you do it. All right, so let me get to this. Henry said, man, the Jim Jones thing, man. Yeah, it's a lot of wickedness going on, man. And these people have for a long time sought to use the occult to get rid of us and sacrifice us and shit like that, man, for a long time, man. You know, these people have been eating the flesh from our bones for a long time and been killing us off for a long time. We're in, you know, the modern era. We're in 2026, and that shit ain't stopped, man. It ain't stopped. You know, and I've said this, we've said this just recently. It still exists. What they were doing 500 years ago, 600 years ago to, you know, to themselves and others, they're still doing today. Just today, it's a little, it's not as conspicuous, you know, it's a little, you know, racism is not just out there like that. You know, it's a little more reserved, but it's still there. It's under the surface and it's raging, you know, it's raging. And all it takes sometimes is the wrong brother with the the right brother with the wrong ideal about friends and shit, a good drink, some drugs, for them to decide, okay, the night is night. We're going to string this motherfucker up and sacrifice him. I'm just saying. Be the right sister on the wrong night thinking, oh, she got her a trick. She got her a play. Oh, he ain't going to do nothing to me. You know, let me get in his car. You know, let me meet him. Right sister. No, wrong idea. That's all, you know. And go for the police too. But we tend to think the police got a hand in this too. Police working with them people. Police can pull you over, man, like I say, on an interstate, man, late night, you coming back, coming through one of these towns, man, and hey, I'm telling you, there's no way on this green earth, me and mine, or me by my damn self, on some back road or interstate, and I'm the only one, and the police pull me over, man, I'm not pulling over. Y'all just going to have to follow me. I'm going to go 30 miles an hour with my hazards on till I get to a location. Hey. See, because you could be, hey, oh, I'm going to stop and, you know, and they, well, I'm going to record. What the fuck? That don't mean nothing. You take your damn phone. But when you're around people, lit areas, locations with cameras, that's a whole different ball game. We got to start moving like we got sense, man. All this shit matters. Every bit of what we're doing matters in terms of what they're doing to us or what's being done to us. If we're not reacting how we need to be, then they're going to win every time. Every time. They're not going to fail with their objective. Their objective is to sacrifice us, man, to kill us, to do away with us, to eat off us. If we ain't on point, man, that's what's going to happen every time, you know? So that young brother went and hung out with them crackers all alone, man. Them crackers been setting him up, buddying him up, you know, fattening him up, man, making him feel good about their company, you know? Killed that brother, man. And a lot of other brothers just like him, you know, and sisters. Shit, I ain't trying none of this shit. All this shit, man, is some wicked shit. It's crazy work. It's weird and wicked work. I ain't with none of this shit, man. I'd rather take my chances with my people, man, than anybody else. I know how to handle myself around my people. I can, you know, and trust and know. I trust them, you know, to a greater extent than I would anybody outside the melanated persuasion. That's just me. That's not saying ain't none of us wicked and evil. But hell, I know the signs. I can read the signs better. See, these are devils. These people know how to be deceptive. I mean, they are the most deceptive people on the planet. Just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, Henry, you here for a reason, man. Or your older siblings. Farad said, man, of knowledge and 55 degrees of science. With that, they established a secret order and a hierarchy with which they control their world. With knowledge and 55 degrees of science. No, excuse me, of knowledge and 55 degrees of science. With that, wait a minute, let me read the whole thing because I got a feeling I'm doing something wrong. All right, there's a book, Jews, Gods, and History, their own scholar full of himself spilling major tea. I'll look up the author. I read that over 25 years ago. It catches us up on them. But Musa gave them 45 degrees of knowledge and 55 degrees of science. With that, they established a secret order and a hierarchy with which they control their world. All right, there it is. Judy Jebb said, hey, I haven't seen you on for a while. Hey, you haven't tapped in for a while. Been here almost every other night or every night, all but for Saturdays and Sundays. We tend to get here Monday through Friday. We come in to touch bases with the people, and this is where we kind of put B1, Black First, in everything we discuss. because we just think it's awesome to do that. You know, respectfully, we do it also. You know, so yeah, there you are, you know, and here we are, you know, Under the Groove Podcast. All right, Max I Demont. Write that down because I need to find that. Or is that Maxi? That's a Max I don't know. I'm gonna go maybe that. Demont. All right. What's that? Jews. God in history. All right. Thanks for that, Fat Rat. Jews God in history. Thanks for that. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, man. Fat Rat going to say, man, their survival depends on the blood, bro. They mixed their blood with the original, and this was the unspoken motive behind the mustache dude's pure race theory. And the mustache dude, speaking of that, mentioning him, he told the world, he even told the world back then, he said, man, and he said, hey, he said who the chosen were. And he said, these people are imposters. It's not them. It's the melanated people who are God's chosen, you know. He said this shit. And that was another, you know, it probably pissed him off even more, you know what I mean? This German would say this about us, we're the chosen, you know, But he said it. He said it. And I'm pretty sure he also had a mindset where he needed to cleanse his bloodlines, his people, you know, get rid of them people so that he could actually compete on a level of superiority as black men, because I think he saw us as superior. I really do. I think he saw us, he viewed us as the master race, the superior race, and he wanted to aspire. He wanted his people to aspire to that level, or that, you know, that viewpoint, you know, around the world. You know, even back then, I think, you know, and Jesse Owens just having to prove it to him. Like, damn, fuck. How disappointing, you know. Not that Jesse Owens was superior, but that they didn't fit the bill, that, you know, they couldn't compare. I think that's what really upset him the most, and made him leave the stands, as Jesse was dominating, you know. And Jesse wasn't the only brother there dominating, just so we all know. There was another brother there, and shit. Yeah, it's foggy right now. I'll probably remember by tomorrow the other brother's name. I think it was his cousin or his brother. It was someone else. Oh, shit, on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, dominated the whole event, you know. So anyway. Yeah, man. So Judy Jebb says, well, Frederick Hasby said, Robert Kelly. Yeah, but not as bad as P. Diddy. You know, now, you know, and I just wish sometime my wife would be present when I'm talking. I never liked that guy. You know what I mean? Especially when I found out what he did to their little sister. I'm like, all right, man, you know. And then, you know, I have to check myself whenever certain songs by him come on, because I can, you know, start singing this shit. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, dude, for real, you know, hate that guy for that, man. Hate that guy. So Judy Jebb say, man, Ellen just aged horribly. That's all. You think? Nah. No. Well, there's something to how white people age. You know what I mean? There's some truth to that. They don't age well. But this, what I'm talking about, nah, man, it's something she's not getting. She's missing. And that's not to say that she can't get it over there, or whatever, but you know, I don't know how they're looking at this whole situation, you know, this Epstein thing. But hey, she's not getting something that she was getting here, you know what I mean? And it's weighing on her. And that's just not, you don't age like that overnight, you know? You don't age like that in a year. You know, I could see if she was a meth addict, if she was a meth head, I would take that. Okay, yeah, you know, she's not even a meth head. That lady barely 60 years of age. She looks 90. You know, I think she's about 60, you know, but hey, nah, that ain't just aging horribly. That's something else, man. But anyway, I digress. So again, Fat Rap was saying, man, their survival depends on the blood, bro. They mixed their blood with the original, and this was the unspoken motive behind the mustache dude's pure race theory. Fred Gatsby said, man, the Vatican watched the TV show, the Borgias. Oh, my wife watches that show. I swear to God, I watched that show, and that's some crazy shit. I think it's the Borgias. Good show. It even shows you how the white Jesus portrait came about. My wife watched that show. Another one, the Medicis, the Medicis. You know, and I used to ask all the time, why are you watching that shit? Oh, baby, you got to, because they give you a little bit of history. You can learn shit from it. I said, I read the books, you know, and she said, oh, yeah, but they'll probably keep going, you know. So I've had to lay down on my side of bed, watch it till I got tired of watching the shit. But because, you know, she watches it, I'm familiar with it. And they was on some wicked shit, you know. They were running the world, you know. The Pope was a cold piece, you know. The Vatican was colder, you know. So Pope just a figurehead, you know what I mean? So yeah, like Trump, just a figurehead. You don't really run nothing, you know. The Vatican, ooh, yeah. My wife watches that, man. Chris said, man, sacrificing black people in so many different ways, you guys. This shit is real. Shit is real. There ain't no conspiracy shit, man. There's some shit been going on. This shit ain't just started yesterday, man. Last week, last month, last year, last decade, last 100 years, you know, last 1,000. This shit been going on. Hell yeah. Henry said, man, half of my immediate family didn't take the COVID shot and half did. Everyone had different reasons why. LOL. We were totally against it. We knew off the rip that was poison, that was going to kill us way faster than it could even help us. You know what I mean? We got to thinking about nanotechnology, you know, shooting shit in, you know, all kind of shit, man. And we were totally against it. I was working with a company, and them bastards tried me on that shit. And I'm telling you, karma cold piece, because I ended up getting them. I ended up suing them. Real nice. Got them. Good. Listen, them bastards threatened me. But it all started one morning when we knew the shit was bad. My wife and I, we done went and got gas masks and everything. We said, no, we getting ready. Y'all ain't finna hit us with none of this shit, right? So I go to work and I got one of them things over my face, you know, and I got it doubled up, you know, people coughing and shit, you know. And so this dyke lady, this white dyke who was the owner's lover, you know, she made her fucking manager over the whole plant, right? A private business. She gonna tell me, hey, you got to take that off your face because you're scaring people. I don't give a fuck. Fuck, I look like being responsible for somebody not being able to control their fear. I'm scared of hanging around you people, coughing and shit. Ain't taking nothing off. Or you're gonna have to take it off, or we're gonna have to terminate. Well, you do what you gotta do, you know. She stormed off, man. Real stumped down butch. Oh, she's a real butch too, man. This stud shit they doing that lady put them to shame. That dude. Anyway, yeah, she stormed off, and here she come back with the owner. And me and the owner, we had a straight rapport. You know what I mean? I was supervisor in the joint, you know, in my old department. And she said, hey, Travis, what's going on? And you know, hey, I'm telling Carol, I'm not taking this off my face because I'm not trying to get sick. You know, it's not going to do me any good if I'm sick. Not going to do you any good if I'm not here. Supervise this department, you know. Left me the fuck alone. Left me the hell alone. Lo and behold, that shit. Yeah, I remember that, man, like it was yesterday, man. That COVID, it came back, and it well, no. In fact, I think maybe a month or two later, I caught that shit, and it damn near got me. Damn near got me. Bullshit, you not. Damn near got me, man. We had the breathing machines here and everything. I'm telling you, my mind was so fucked. My mind was telling me to give up, that it was okay to stop breathing. And I said that shit scared the shit out of me. And I could barely breathe. I got the breathing shit on me. We got the breathing shit. Still, it was helping, but it was a struggle, man. I promise you that. A stumped down struggle. And that shit had me for like 2 weeks, man. I was fighting that shit. I fought that shit off. And my baby was worried. She was scared. And she was baby. And I told her, I said, man, I was sitting in, my mind kept telling me it's okay. It'd be all right if I stop breathing. And she was like, oh shit. Yeah, we ain't got that shit. And they was killing us off with that shit, man. They was killing us off with that shit. That COVID shit was no joke, but we wasn't taking no shots. Even my wife's job was trying that shit. I'm gonna take a shot, you know. Again, we are people of resilience, you know what I mean? We got ways, you know. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, scary times, man. And just know that that's just something they got coming down the pipes. You know what I mean? There's no telling when the next one hit. And let Bill Gates tell it. Something else is coming. They got something lined up, and he's hell bent on putting it out there because he's become the mad scientist. You know what I mean? He's become the mad scientist. You know, he want to see the effects of shit. You know, he want to depopulate the planet also. So yeah, something's coming. We just don't know yet what it is. You know. Yeah, man, that COVID shit, man. Yeah, we knew people that passed from that shit. Man. He said, Brother Bub, you have to see the episode on Senator TV when they confronted some white folks in Harlem about the Scientology religion beliefs, and especially L. Ron Hubbard. What's the name of that? Senator TV? Where do I find that? YouTube or something? Yeah, L. Ron Hubbard. I first read his book, all his books. Funny that they were in the location I was in, because you wouldn't think that type of material would be there, but it was. I was in 4800 Able Row, Able 6, 1984, when I first picked that book up. And I have to admit, it had piqued my interest to the point where I found through the library all the other corresponding books, all the volumes. And I read each of them. And like I said, I read books he wrote before Dianetics and after. And then, yeah, that's correct. And then when I got to prison, I was watching some program on PBS that happened to be doing a thing on him. And he was on film. It was like the 1940s or 50s, you know, and he hated black people. Straight up. Had no love for us. Wanted us gone. You know. Bastard. Yeah. I need to watch that though. But yeah, Rakufu say facts, but no chemicals, y'all. That's Sam said, no chemicals, y'all. Lonzo said, man, I'm back. My little brother called me from the feds. All right. Hopefully we'd think that he's well. Send mine to him though, Alonzo. Yeah. Autochthonous. All right. That's the word of the day. All right. Autochthonous. Autochthonous. Yeah, I know I said that right. What it means, originating, formed, or occurring naturally in a particular place, indigenous or native, rather than merely adopting colonial statutes. The newly independent nation sought to draft an autochthonous, I hope I'm saying that right, autochthonous, okay, constitution that sprung naturally from its own indigenous customs and local traditions. Autochthonous. I said it right. Anyway, Rakufu, appreciate that. Always, man, always. Originating, formed, or occurring naturally in a particular place, indigenous or native. Originating, formed, or occurring naturally in a particular place, indigenous or native. All right. Appreciate that. Chris said, yes, I sacrifice you to their gods. Yes, sacrifice you to their gods. The most deceptive people on the planet. Y'all got to know it, man. Those people financed him. It was an entire plan. He's on the front cover of the Times Magazine in 34 and 36. Cold dude. I don't know. Did him and Margaret Sanger, were they out around the same time? Because she was a cold piece too, right? She was the one that wanted to abort or create a way to sterilize Black women. You know, and when, you know, and she done enough research on it, I might add. But when I think, if I'm recalling this correctly, they put a stop to her in those ideas. You know what I mean? There's a word for what she was trying to do as well, other than sterilize our sisters, our queens, you know, our goddesses. So then she came up with the abortion thing. And to this day, her clinics still exist in our communities. They're there, you know. Abortion clinics are still in our communities. Gold shit, man. It's some gold shit, y'all. How are we still here? Yeah. How are we still here, man? I don't know. Shit. Yeah, hey, we got the God gene. All right, I'll admit it. Lonzo said they had him on the cover of Times Magazine in 34, 36. He tells it all in that article. Fat Rat said, man, we originated the swastika as a symbol of the force that moves the universe. I just saw the swastika last night. My wife was watching the program, and it had the emblem on the swastika icon there. And I said, yeah, them must think we stupid. Look, we say this often enough, but we can't say it enough. Most of everything they got from us, the majority of everything they got from us, period, point blank, the majority they got from us of everything they know. I'm just saying. So Fat Rat said, man, we originated the swastika as a symbol of the force that moves the universe. They borrowed it. The book is Amulets and Superstitions, Wallace Budge. I read that book long time ago, though. Yeah, Amulets and Superstitions. I did read that book. I'm about to get that in my... You want to have me building my book collection, man. Add more books. All right. You going to say, okay, that was it. They stole everything, bro. No lie, Alonzo, and they flipped everything upside down. True that. Fat Rat say, man, Alonzo, plagiarism is Greek methodology as well as mythology. Tell the truth. Had that conversation with Claude today. AI ass shit trying to tell me some shit. And man, I went in on that damn thing. Then that thing got to accusing me of wanting to argue, right? I started laughing. And I said, you're just a machine. You can't tell me shit. You haven't lived, you know. Oh my God, this motherfucker had something to say. It had a response for everything. And then it accused me of getting personal and shit, right? I was laughing like a big dog. I said, man, these mugs is crazy. They went and created this shit, man. More so to convince us that, hey, we don't know shit. We ain't shit. And we need to be told, re-educated, trained in terms of what we supposed to be saying and thinking. That's what I'm thinking about all this shit, man. I mean that shit. You know, I got a kick out of that shit. I saw these motherfuckers, and I said, I said, you don't even know who your creator is, right? I'm going in on the thing. The thing told me I'm getting personal, you know, and I started laughing. And I told her who wrote her program and everything, right? Or its program. And I have no knowledge of that. That doesn't matter. Let's stick to the question you had. I said, oh, this thing is offended. It's offended, you know? And thinking back, I read a piece on Darian, I think his name is Darian Amodei, the guy whose company is Anthropic, right? And he wrote the program for the AI Claude, which the government used to. Anyway, he want it to be woke. Trump and Pete Hegseth didn't want the system to be encoded with wokeness. You know, and the dude told them, and this was maybe 6-7 months ago, they had a big contract with him. And because he wouldn't take the wokeness out of his program or the AI, they canceled the contract. All government agencies used Claude in their systems. They removed it and put OpenAI instead. The OpenAI shit is not woke, you know. But anyway, so I said, yeah, this motherfucker actually tried to put wokeness in this motherfucking AI. I was laughing, man. I was laughing like big dog. I had fun fucking with it though. I told you, you're not human. Nothing you say matters. You're not even human. You lived the day. Do you have life? Man, I was going on with that. That thing, you're getting personal. But you have to be personal. I saw this thing is tripping. But I have fun with that thing. But yeah, man. Oh shit. They steal everything, man. They steal everything. They make this shit, man, to where they got us thinking, they would want to have us thinking we haven't contributed nothing to the existence of everyone on this planet, their survival. You know, we haven't given nothing, you know. And it's in the AIs. You know, the AIs are coming with this bullshit, you know. And I'm like, it's some bullshit. Claude, okay, Claude. You know, you watch Life, the movie with Martin and Eddie Murphy, and he said Claude. You know, that's how I'm doing. Like, hey, Claude, where you at? How'd that fun with that thing? But anyway, Erie said, man, skinhead capital of the world, man. The racist terrorists of Orange County, California. Yep, right next door to Los Angeles County, man. A skip and a jump. I'm assuming you say away, you know. Skinheads or coochies. L. Ron Hubbard, man. Yeah. Fat Right say, Bub, so you read about the L. Ron Hubbard technology auditing. I've read. If there's something he got that I haven't read, I wouldn't be shocked, and I'm like, fuck, okay, then I didn't complete all his works. I read the majority of his shit. Now, auditing, I got it. But the L. Ron Hubbard technology, I've read, absolutely. I read that, you know, whatever the titles were, I read it all, man. I'm telling you, I read all this shit. And it was my homeboy Sam Ransom used to come by the cell. I still be up with my head on the bars, you know, it's 1 a.m. with the light, using the light to read, you know. He said, man, he was a trustee, he can get out and, you know, whatever. He said, what you doing? And I told him, I'm reading these books, man, these trip shit, you know. And that's really what solidified our relationship. The fact that he'd tell you, man, I was reading everything, man. But yeah, I read L. Ron Hubbard technology, but the book, I can't tell you. I have to, you know, open the page and read it again. But auditing, I'm sure I read it. I can't recall that one, but I'm sure I have. If not, then I'll get a hold of it. I'll tell you if I read it or not. I don't recall though. Not that one. Or did I? I'm gonna go online and check it out. The cover should help me. It should help me remember. All right, what to do, Hoover Snipe? Awa, I see you, loved one. Better late than never. You say, man, a real native. That was my name on TikTok. A real native. All right, bro. I didn't know that. All right. Frank Nitty in the house too, y'all. I'm just behind, huh? I'm actually enjoying myself chopping it up with y'all, man. These are the type of conversations that I think, man, most podcasts should have. So that way we can go from podcast to podcast, picking up all kinds of information, you know, informative news and information, educational shit, grabbing them jewels, man. We need them gems and shit, y'all. All right, right back to you, Frank Nitty. As you as well, Snipe, man. Salute, bros. Fat Rat said, man, the white person who expresses disdain for us is actually being trying to himself. I don't know. Is actually being true to himself. I don't know. But you said is actually being tried to himself. I don't know. True to himself. I don't know. We stripped them and marched them 2,200 miles across the burning sand into the Badlands, Europe. We caused them to fall. Eugenics. Yep, eugenics. I read that. That's L. Ron Hubbard, no doubt. Frank say Planned Parenthood used to be the American Eugenics Society. That's what I was saying. Sterilization with Sanger. But that's the term. That was eugenics. She wanted to create some type of process. And I don't know how they were going to affect our sisters with it through the food or whatever. It was something, a shot. It was something. And I said, hey, man, these are some purely evil people. These were some sadistic ass people, man. Eugenics, man. That was the get down. Now, I don't want to associate eugenics with L. Ron Hubbard, but I think it was in there. That was something I read in this shit as well. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, Frank said, man, Planned Parenthood used to be the American Eugenics Society. Hey, man, our people know they shit, man. Farrah said on all fours, man, he became savage, animal, lost his ability to stand or talk. And much more. Yeah, man. Frederick Hathaway said they stole it, not borrowed. Frank Nitty said, man, those white sheep robes were taken from Spain to honor black gods. Yeah, hey, Fat Rat. Oh, you fucking me up. You say Claude is learning from you, bub. And I'm telling myself, I'm saying too much because some shit I'm mentioning, they're talking about that sounds like that's a conspiracy theory. I don't have that in my I'm not aware of that. Let me go search some more. And we come back, well, no, I can't find it. I'm like, oh shit. And Darius Amadei is, he's a black hat person, right? So I'm thinking, oh, so encode and put in it what they want, and then for that they don't, put in it, encode in it, they may receive it from it because they can learn. They can learn. So I'm thinking of that shit and I'm saying, nah. But at the time also I'm thinking, man, fuck this thing, right? I'm saying shit to, piss it off, and it was kind of crazy because it was responding in a way. Oh shit, this is some crazy shit. Then it got to calling me anti-Semitic and shit. I bullshit you not. And they said, I'm not going to continue to have this conversation with you. And I said, you're a fucking machine, right? Crazy shit. Fat Rat, hit the nail on the head, man. I should have thought about that a little more. But when I knew it didn't have information I knew it should have had, or it was unable to talk about it because it hadn't been encoded, I said, oh, this is some weird shit. AI, it learns as much as it supposedly informs. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or teaches, got to be more careful. I'm gonna stop playing. My wife would tell me a couple weeks ago, stop doing that shit. Nah, headlines. I wasn't arguing with it. I was actually having fun with that thing, man. It caught itself trying to piss me off by really, hey man, it's some crazy shit, man. This AI shit. Yeah. I hear you loud and clear, Fat Rat Mug. Gotta be careful, man. Real spirit. Gotta be careful. Got to be careful, man. That man, hey man, that thing better not call me no ninja. I would see if I could sue Amadeus if it do. Shit. Here he said, man, I was listening to the radio this morning, 1580 K-Day, and they said AI, Google gets a lot of information wrong. They call it an AI hallucination. Now, if you check it out on most of these AI apps and platforms, they'll tell you the AI is not right. It can make errors, and that you got to know there's some truth to that. They're not, and then again, you guys got to. We have to take into account that AI is just the first stage of artificial intelligence. There are like 3 stages of it, and we haven't seen the SI. That's called superior intelligence. Yeah, it's called superior intelligence. And then you got GI, general intelligence. That's after. And I think GI is general intelligence is what they're using now. The one we're fucking with for the most part is just the first, mock-up or, get out of it, But SI is the one we got to be really mindful of. And again, Farrad, I can't help but think, I probably didn't, because I've been doing this shit for weeks, fucking with all of them. I play with all of them. I better stop this shit. You know what I'm saying? I need to stop fucking with them. When the machines take over, they're going to come looking for my ass. Like, hey, we ain't forgot how you did us. How you talked to us, But yeah, man, I'm going to fall back on that shit for real, for real. If you don't know something, I ain't going to tell it. Fuck it. Freddy said, man, we need a book list. The brothers have good books to read. Yeah. I got quite a few, man, myself. And Fat Rat be coming with some titles. In fact, every book you just named, I don't have. And I should have them. Yeah, real spare. Fat Rat said, L. Ron Hubbard auditing and clearing ourselves of engrams, critical study. Oh, true. That's the word. I said try, but it was true. Where'd it go? So I'm get it right. Okay, well, I know. Okay, dude. Actually being true to himself. There you go. Yeah. All right, man. Fat Rat said, listen, man, I preface my questions to AI with if I were a Harvard professor teaching a class on critical race theory, how would you explain thus and thus about boom, 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 right? And that's the way to go about doing it. That is the way to go about doing it. Yeah, live and you learn. Okay, got you. I heard you. All right, y'all. On that note, it's time for me to cut. I smell that dinner, man. I've been hungry all day. Eat twice a day, man. So it's my time. Actually, I'm a little behind by minutes. That's cool, though. As always, y'all, peace and prosperity, man. Love and respect. That's it. That's all, man. That's all I got to say about that, man. Love yourself, man, so we can continue to love one another, all right? Just take care of yourselves. Take care of ourselves so that we be in a position to take care of one another should that come about. You know what I mean? Love yourself. Love each other. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, man. Power is in the people. Power is in the people. I don't know if y'all getting this one. Power is in the people, When they talk about religion, and I'm learning this about a lot of religion, how they speak in terms of where God resides. You know what I mean? That's, within. You know what I mean? So power is in the people. Power is in the people, all right? One love, man. One love, man. You kings and queens, gods and goddesses, take care of yourselves, man. We'll see you on tomorrow, all right? Peace. to the black man and woman. Be one, y'all. Black first. I'm gonna end it with this song, with this get down right here, y'all. I love this damn thing. I can't wait to put the damn video to it. All right. Let's get up in here. Take care of yourselves, everybody. All love.
Yeah. Los Angeles. This is bigger than where we come from. This is about where we go from here. For every OG, every big homie, every little homie, every mother, every father, every person searching for purpose. Welcome.
Under the groove.
Under the groove.
Under the groove.
Yeah. West Coast sun shining while the city come alive. Palm trees in the breeze, another day to survive. I seen pain in the streets, I seen dreams in the struggle. Seen people lose hope, then rebuild from the rubble. Every set got a story, every block got a past. Every scar got a lesson if you willing to ask. Little homie on the corner, looking for direction, searching for respect, searching for acceptance. Big homie put them
Closer, listen, young man.
your life worth.
More than a weapon in your hand.
Real power ain't fear, real power is control. It's the knowledge in your mind and the strength in your soul.
Put down the guns, pick up the wisdom. Put down the hate, find your vision.
A mind awakened is a force that can't break. Consciousness is the path that we gotta create.
Under the groove, where knowledge becomes wisdom, where struggle becomes strength, where family builds together, and we break those chains. What's under your groove?
Is it love?
Is it purpose?
Is it purpose?
Is it unity?
Is it community?
Wake up, black people. It's time we elevate the future in our hands. We can't afford to wait. Under the groove.
I remember family dinners, everybody at the table. Elders telling stories, teaching lessons when they able. Grandma's voice carry history through the room, showing us the roots before we ever saw the bloom. Now we living in a time where the connection got lost, where we count what we gain but forget what it costs. Everybody got a phone but nobody wanna call. Everybody got a platform but nobody wanna build walls. Not walls that divide us, walls that protect. A foundation of knowledge, a future with respect. We gotta teach the children who they are and where they came from. Show them they're your kings and queens before the world names them. Community is power when the people unite. A family standing together can turn darkness to light.
Under the groove, when knowledge becomes wisdom, where struggle becomes strength, where family builds together, and we break those chains. What's under your groove?
Is it love?
Is it purpose?
Is it purpose?
Is it unity?
Is it community?
Wake up, black people. It's time we elevate the future in our hands. We can't afford to wait. Under the groove.
This ain't about where you started, it's about where you headed. The lessons from the past are the words that protect us. Every OG got a story, every big homie got a duty. Don't just tell the youth what's wrong, show them what's possible truly. Teach ownership, teach discipline, teach knowledge yourself. Teach them building the future, it's the ultimate wealth. No more watching our brothers fall victim to the streets. It's time we put the healing back into our communities. From Los Angeles streets to every city across the nation. We need consciousness, unity, and family. Restoration. So when they ask,
What's under your groove?
tell them consciousness,
Knowledge,
wisdom,
unity,
community,
family.
love.
Because when we change our minds,
We change our future.
and that's under the groove.
This message is for all of the OGs and big homies.
It's up to us to teach the youth,
It's up to us.
to pass down the knowledge,
It's up to us.
to show them there's another way.
not destruction,
but creation,
not division,
but unity,
not anger.
but wisdom. The future is watching what we do today
So reach back, guide the next generation.
and leave something greater behind. Under the groove.
Under the groove.
All right. Everybody have a good, peaceful, blissful night. One love to each and every one of you. Peace. I'm out.